discredit the chat because the chat will tell unfiltered opinions because they're behind a filter. So that would prove our point that the majority of men are dangerous. This chat, crazy. I was at least saying maybe they're just being inflammatory because they can hide it. But if you're saying we should take it as gospel, that doesn't help the case of men being safe at all, right? So let's just kind of pause that there. It does not help it. And then the next part where you said, if a woman is more likely to be truthful, or people are more likely to be truthful in a chat, and then you conversely said, when you interviewed women, they said these things. So that would mean that now my face is on a frame. You can track me. Yeah, I am going to put on a show. So why don't you listen to the comment sections of the women that's on Prison Talk saying, yeah, I'll be with a prisoner. I'll be with whoever. Like there's women all over proclaiming that they want to be picked by whoever. A mailman, a busboy, the guy in prison who I got to put money on his books. Like anybody, please pick me, anybody. Like there are women like begging y'all to pick them, and y'all do not pay attention to these women. I keep telling you, find them, make a group chat, like come together, like find each other, because I swear they are out there. They are here for you.
Where?
We're comparing. We're making a parallel. We're drawing a parallel between average men and prisoners.
I don't think she was finished, y'all.
Go ahead.
She was just saying the women who happy with you. I agree.
What I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
I'm here for the cause. I'll take a prisoner.
One second, Sweeney. I'm
let
trying
her
to
finish. But yeah,
in your venture, I'm a problem solver. Y'all be like, what's the solution? I'm here with the solutions. Okay, I can help. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So when you kind of speak about this is the certain kind of guy that's bartering all these women don't want the regular guy. Yes, they do.
They don't.
There's plenty of women who just want a regular guy who's just going to do the right thing.
Okay, when do they want it? After 3 baby daddies? After 3 kids? Or do they want him when they're 21, 25? I'm okay. Let's say women want regular guys. When do they want it? After a couple kids? After 45? After age 45? When they've had their summer girl fun and they're tired and they're ready to settle down? When do they want the regular guy? Or when they can't get the rich guy? Oh, okay, I see.
The problem is that regular guys are hampered by ego.
How?
Because when they are failing under the patriarchy, they need something to make them feel like a man. And oftentimes the thing that makes them feel like a man, DV rates increase in a lower income household where the man is the breadwinner.
So how come lesbian relationships have the highest DV rates? I mean, you're saying it's all about the money, right? Then how come when a woman dates another woman, those relationships have the highest DV rates? Is she going to talk about that? Of course not. So now she's saying relationships with the average men have the highest DV rates.
You think about police officers, the protectors and servers, self-identified DVers at 40%. Self-identified. That means the ones who don't admit it, it could be higher. These are the people who protect and serve, military service members. These are regular blue-collared men. There is something about when you are a man who is not necessarily succeeding under the patriarchy that you feel the need to subjugate a woman. So what I am trying to say is, let's make it very clear. Women are not asking for these high-end guys to hurt them, because the poor ones are hurting them too. The poor ones, the jobless ones, the felons, the whoever, they're doing the same things. What women are saying is, hey, you know what? When they say things like, I'd rather cry in a Bentley than a Honda, that's what they mean. It means if both of them are going to hurt me, I'd rather be with the one who has the money rather than be with poor and hurt. It is not saying I'd choose a rich a-hole over a very kind, sweet man who's an average earner.
Yes, they
Because most
are.
often women do choose the kind, sweet man who's an
No.
average earner, but the average earner is looking at the dude on TV saying, why can't I have the 7 women he has? So I'm going to go ahead and treat women like trash the same way.
No, because, oh my God, I don't know how this is rocket science. I don't know how women don't see it. This same woman, if you went through her phone, her DMs, you could see the average guy she rejects on a daily basis, right? The only time they want the average guy is when they can't when they can't get the rich guy, right? That's number one. Number two, they don't like the kind and nice guys, the guys who bring the flowers, who call them every single day, who text them all the time, checking on them. How you doing, baby? I want to see you. I want to spend time with you, because they're boring to them. Maybe in the beginning, but eventually he's not mysterious enough for them. They want the guys who don't want to give them any time. Any man who has dated knows this. This is not rocket science. It's called patterns. Any man who's dated knows that even the women he has been the nicest to, they ghosted him. And the women he didn't care shit about are the ones who wanted him. Those are patterns.
That's what I keep saying. Like, you guys are conflating the realities, and your chat, you said I should take it as gospel, speaks to exactly what I'm talking about. That's the mindset.
I think that a lot of times people are censoring themselves and their experiences, but they're not really looking at this as a human issue. You know, every men and women have different things that they were given, whether by nature, by God, for our survival. Men have force, the power to enforce things physically. That's our, superpower, so to speak. And women's superpower is manipulation. And I think that a lot of times we don't listen to the other side and understand. When you look at DV rates, right? If men are the problem, right? Because you can make a case for, yes, there's a certain level of abuse or certain things that men are susceptible to doing, but you got to also look at this stat. The stats show that women in relationships with other women have higher domestic violence rates than any other parent. And that's not to say that women are the problem per se, but we have to also look at what we do individually to cause conflict and to cause issues in a situation. I'm married. So speaking as a married man, I can tell you that it takes 2 people understanding each other, working together, and trying to make things work for things to work. But if someone is approaching it as they're the victim in the situation and the other person is the problem, and they're not really looking and taking inventory to themselves of what they're contributing to whatever the problem may be, then all you're going to have is a bunch of, finger pointing and no solutions.
I agree.
So based on what was said, if men are these monsters, and this is just, again, what I'm hearing as soon as I came in, then we also have to look at what, marriage has done to men as well.
That's what I
There's
was
men
saying.
who get victimized in marriages. There's men who go through domestic violence
Men
at
who lose
very
their
high
lives.
rates as well in the Black community. One of the things that often gets overlooked is the things that lead to domestic violence. The way things are reported is not also necessarily the case.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, based on what I'm hearing, you can't really put men out there as these monsters, because it's men that are fighting for women. The rights that women have today, they have those rights because men fought to give them those rights, or men are the ones who voted or put laws in place to protect women. And when I hear about this patriarchy, matriarchy and misandry is a real thing as well.
Yeah.
We can't really look at men and say men are the fault, men are the problem. Women want regular guys. Everybody.
Oh my God, the feminist ran off. Oh my God, come back. He was cooking her. She ran off. Oh my God, no. How you gonna say you hate men? Men are dangerous, men are evil, men are monsters, men are poor and broke, and they hurt women, and you run off. That's not fair. Oh my God, she ran off. He was cooking. But I definitely agree with everything he was saying, because if men are that, there's so many men who, as soon as the divorce happens, He becomes homeless. You guys know if a woman and a man live in the same house and the woman divorces the man, right? Usually, and they have kids. Can you guys guess? In fact, even if they don't have kids, usually, can you guys guess who's kicked out of the house? The judge never tells the woman, okay, you're getting custody of the kids, get out of the house. You and the kids go find a different house. Let the man stay. It's usually the man who gets kicked out of the house. That's how some men end up homeless.
Everybody is looking for there's someone, right? So a lot of times people are going for their types instead of what's compatible with themselves. So with that, I don't, I know I'm just coming in and other people want to say things, but that's just my opening statement based on what I heard. You can't really try to, demonize men when it is men who've built this society that has allowed women to flourish, that has allowed women to get jobs, that has allowed women to, have some level of safety in the society. So, I say that and I digress.
The whole men built society and men make it safe for women. You can't be the abuser. You can't be the predator and the protector at the same time. Like that argument doesn't quite work because men are the ones that men are protecting us from. And so that argument sort of falls apart at that moment. Like y'all built the society for us. Yeah, but you also would take away rights and give them to us. Like I'm just saying, like, you can't abuse us and be like, but we protecting y'all. So I just don't like that argument to come up, because if in fact we did not need to be protected, y'all wouldn't have to feel the need to protect us. It's men who are doing the things.
Men protect women from other women too. Is she saying women are not out here deleting other women, beating up other women, attacking other women, stealing from other women? They do it too. I don't know why they keep forgetting the fact that whichever number of men they talk about is the minority. The majority of men are not out here doing bad things to women. There's a high chance a random man, a strange man, will protect that woman before he protects me. Isn't that? Do they ever think about that?
So I don't get why
Can I respond to that?
Sounds like men self-correcting. They see a problem.
No, they're not self-correcting. If they were self-correcting, then we wouldn't have all of these serial rapists out here. Like, I'm just like, no,
what's
they're
the percentage
not self-correcting anyway.
So
don't
basically,
know what to tell you, like,
basically,
okay, I'm probably not making sense. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You're
good. You good.
No, I just want to ask you. So when you look at men as one monolith.
That's what she's doing.
Completely. So if a woman has a problem with a man, right, based on your logic, then we should look at all women as just one monolith. Mm-hmm. That all women are the same. Mm-hmm. Right? Women are these. What men are saying a lot of times is women are manipulators. They use them for their resources. Women do this, women do that. Now, we know some women do certain things and some women don't. So to say that men are the ones violating and abusing and men are the ones that are protecting, yes, men have for instance, when men meet each other in the street, there's a certain decorum you got to have when you're dealing with other men, because men have a propensity for violence. I just opened up and said that's the thing that God has given man, mm-hmm. physical strength to enforce things. Women's superpower is manipulation. Women are very manipulative to get the resources that they need to. This is something that's evolutionary. This is something that's just built into the biology. So is it safe to say that all women are manipulative and all women are the same way? Yes, men protect women from other men. And you know what? I grew up in a single mother household, right? And my grandma, I grew up under a matriarchy, and a good one at that. My grandma and my mom always taught me, don't let women use you. Mm. I'm going to show you how to cook and clean for yourself so another woman won't be able to manipulate you and control you because she can do these things for you. Now, this is coming from women who taught me this at an early age. So are they wrong for what they're saying about women?
Good question.
This is what I'm saying. When we start to finger point and put all men in a box, all you're essentially doing is saying that we're all the same. And when you do that, you're not really making a logical argument, because clearly, if you get into a conflict with a man, there is a police system that you can call to, enact some type of justice and some type of control system. Because you know what? This has developed over eons and centuries of human civilization. If you remove the civilizational structure that men built, you have roving tribes and gangs that will just run and raid a village. And those very same men who get married understand that I have to put my life on the line to protect my woman, to protect my sisters, to protect my mother, to protect my children. So men are actually putting themselves on the line, their life on the line to protect women. That can't be swept under the rug as if you're the protectors and you're the abusers. No, that doesn't make any logical sense.
I mean, you would think it's logic, like it's common sense that it's only a minority of men who do all these crazy things that women, swear to God that every man does it. Even the women who scream, "I choose the bear, I choose the bear." Guess what? They're going to call the man to try to stop the bear. I kid you not. It's not like they're going to call other women to stop the bear. If it attacks them, they're going to be screaming for the men to come and protect them. And if the men don't come, "Oh, do your job. Where did all the men go? Men are not strong anymore. Men are not masculine." Even the women who scream, they choose the bear of the man over the man. So for this woman to make it seem like as if every man is bad, every man is evil. I mean, I get it. It's the feminist Kool-Aid. It sounds good. It's propaganda. They've been fed this since they were kids, movies, name it, right? Social media has made it even 10 times worse. But I guarantee you, when this woman's car stops working on the highway and she calls AAA and the tire needs to be changed, she's hoping a man shows up. She's not hoping that her homegirl shows up. I'm telling you.
It makes plenty of logical sense. The question is, Bo, do you think that all men are the same? No,
Okay.
I do not. And that is not what I was getting at.
That's what you would
What
think.
I'm saying is this is an imperfect society that men have built.
There's no
All I'm
perfection. We're
saying
humans.
is that men are always these protectors. Where are those men that are the perpetrators? Because you
In
all
jail?
tout men to be protectors, but you have to acknowledge the other side of it. I'm saying all men are not the same. That's what I am actually saying,
That's
is
not what
that you
you're
have
saying.
both of them. So the men that are trying to protect, there are
Right.
also men on the other side that are trying to harm,
We
that
know
are trying
that.
to take our rights away, that are trying to make us property again, that are trying to subjugate us. You have to admit that. I am
We know, like that's not rocket science. We're humans. We're not perfect. You know what I mean? I ain't perfect. I do some shit. She does some shit. But she's asking for perfection from men. When are you going to ask for perfection from women? When are you going to tell women to stop using men for money? When are you going to start telling women to stop taking kids from men? When are you going to start telling women to stop trying to take half the man's assets after divorce? When are you going to talk about that? I mean, you want perfection. If you're going to ask men to be perfect, you better be perfect also.
actually saying that all men are not the same. So it's not like I am not a person that looks at a man and is like, he'll probably abuse me. Like that's not my first thought.
I believe that's Bo's first thought when she sees a man. He's probably going to do some shit to me. Like, she's that negative. Like, she gives me that type of energy. She's such a feminist that you can see it on her face.
It is an unconscious thought because that's how women have to move. But I want you to understand that when you all bring that up about men built the society so women can flourish, that is not true. Men built the society so men can flourish, not women. And women fought for rights so that women can flourish. Women fought to just be equal in our rights, just in our rights in society.
Just right.
Not necessarily because y'all will swear I think that men and women are equal. I'm talking about equal rights. Women fought to have that. Human rights is a human thing. we should have rights because we are human.
You do
but
have.
men said no. So we had to fight for that. You're not giving us anything just for the sake, because you want us to be these great women. No. And you have to admit that there were laws that kept us from doing so. But those laws,
there were laws that kept black people from doing some shit. Like, what's she talking about? Like, at some point, every civilization, every generation, people fight for different things. Why is she acting like as if it's something? Oh my God.
had to be enacted first. Because if all of us were equal, if all of us had equal rights, those human rights would never have been taken away from women. We would have been able to vote. We would have been able to do all of these things if men did not take it away. They wouldn't have had to give it back to us or to us if they never took it away. So
I mean, you got the rights now, okay? So, I mean, apart from just the hate for men, what else? What else is she going to complain about? The men don't pay 100% of the bills like the men back then? Because guess what used to happen back then when women couldn't vote? Men used to pay 100% of the bills. So you can't pick and choose what parts of the times that you want. You know, like no one is perfect.
Like, I don't understand what you're not understanding.
I'll give you some context, right? So it's all about how much you understand about humans, human civilization, and society, and how it developed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in the past a little bit, right? There's a tribe called the Kikiyu people. There's a time in history where matriarchy was very prevalent. And you can go to a lot of different ancient cultures, like there's the Kikiyu people from Kenya. You just use them as an analogy. Women ran the society, right? And the men said they rose up and removed the matriarchy because it was so oppressive to them that they removed them from power and vowed never to return to that point, that form of government again. You can find a lot of this throughout history where matriarchy was installed and it was very oppressive.
Yep.
And the men removed the women from power, right? There are those instances. What do you say about that? Because when you look at what men have designed, when you say men took these rights away and gave it away and women fought for it, let's be clear. What war did women fight in and shed blood to get rights? They didn't. Men decided that, okay, our previous generation, we didn't like what we saw them doing to our mothers and things like that. So we're going to give them the rights that they are asking for. We're going to do that because we don't agree with what may have happened in the past. And then you also got to consider, when you talk about this patriarchy, you got to also consider that the Black woman in America was never under the control of Black men.
Exactly.
She was never in a position where she had to listen to the Black man. The Black woman could always go to the dominant white society to get justice against the Black man for something that she felt he did or did not do.
They still do to this day. Just a simple accusation. You're on the street, you see a woman, she sees you, she screams, "Oh my God, he touched me." You're in jail. Your whole life is gone. She you know what I mean? To this day, plenty of them put Black men in jail. Some of them get them killed. Let's not pretend like it doesn't happen to this day.
The Black man has never had the power to systemically oppress Black women in this country. When you talk about feminism and what the rights women fought for, that was white women fighting for the right to be able to work in the marketplace and earn their own money and different things like that. Black women already had that right. In fact, they passed laws to make it so that Black women couldn't be stay-at-home moms, that they had to get out there and work. My grandmother from the Deep South, from Charleston, South Carolina, she worked for $3 a week working in white people's homes. Okay, she never had the ability to be this stay-at-home mom that had to go and fight for some rights. That was white women who actually had to fight for that. Black women never had the ability, privilege, or capacity to be a stay-at-home mom. And the Black man never had the capacity to systemically oppress her. So again, when you're talking about men as this monolith, it's not, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up, because the same things you're saying that men didn't do is factually false, because men have fought for and have convinced other men that no, we're going to give women this right. The right that you have today is a rights that men fought to give you and decided to give you.
I mean, I think the problem is women like her just want to be in power, right? They want the man to lay down the red carpet. Okay, come take power from men. That's all. It's not that she wants equality. She just wants to be on top of men. Like, being equal to men is not enough anymore for them. They want to be on top. So even when they ask, that's why a woman will make $100,000, but still, even if the man makes 100K, it's not good enough. You know what I mean? You would think they want equality. Okay, she makes 100K, I make 100K, we're going to get together. No, they still want to be on top. Like, they want everything. It's not that they want equality. So women like her, feminists like her, because, I mean, boy is a feminist. I mean, I've seen some feminists on this show, but she's a feminist for real.
That's just the facts. Or else you wouldn't have them.
But that's the thing. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you just said. We decided to give it to you. Why does there have to be a decision to give us something that should already be? But also, I want to bring up, you broke it down to black men and black women. If we want to keep it in a community, you're absolutely right. But you said society. You didn't say the black community. So I had to speak on the general society. That's what I was speaking on. If you want to bring it to the black community, you're absolutely 100% correct. And I won't fight you on that.
Even if we go,
the point that you brought up, you said men built this society for women to flourish. You did not say anything about black men.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? When the understanding that men have among each other, generally speaking, is that we're going to work, we're going to develop things so that we can take care of our families. That's the general understanding of most men, that what we do is to provide for the women and the children, and to make sure that our women and children, my wife, my children, my family, that every man, generally speaking, feels a responsibility to protect and provide for his family.
Mm-hmm.
What you're speaking about is this large society where there has to be some kind of understanding of cultural familial structure and understanding this. Because for random men to be responsible for protecting random women,
that doesn't make
sense.
sense.
That's just never the case in any society.
Fact.
The fact that men feel the need and have an innate capacity in them to say, I want to provide for my family and my children, including my wife and my mother and my sisters, etc. That means that they're responsible. Women say they want providers, right? Right. So when a man goes to build a society so that he can earn something, so that he can take care of his family, that's what I'm talking about. When men built the society so that women could flourish, because that is the system that a man developed to take care of his family.
Now, and they have an issue with that. Like, even a man providing these days is not enough. Right? A man being a good man is not enough anymore to these women. Also, you guys know that, for example, like what he's just said, as men have that innate, let me make money and let me make bread and share with everybody around me. We have that in ourselves, right? You want to make a good living. At least majority of men, they want to make good money and provide for those around them, your mama, your friends, your sisters, and share with everybody around you. At least majority of men, I believe that, with their family, right? But when a woman makes money, the first thing she says, I'm independent. Independent of who? Men. You know what I mean? That's why if you find a man and woman married, they both make $50,000, they're going to be okay for as long as she makes $50,000. The moment she makes 60, 70, 80,000 more than the man, guess what? Now she's looking for someone else who's on her level, someone else who's making more money than the husband, because she doesn't respect the husband anymore. So anytime they make any money, they want to move on. But when a man makes money, the first thing he says, I'm ready to provide. I'm ready to be a husband. I'm ready to take care of everybody. The woman is like, I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I don't need no man. But shout out to Lapi. If this was good, man, they cooked both.